A powerful story indeed, and unfortunately the situation looks pretty dire out there as we still are tracking extreme to exceptional drought among much of the West. As we zoom in here across Colorado, the western slope, extreme to exceptional drought continues. Here for the Denver metro area, for the past about month, we have been looking at drought-free conditions for most of eastern Colorado. However, within just the past 2 weeks' time and our hot, dry weather, you can quickly see how that all changes. Now, we're looking abnormally dry to moderate along the far northeastern corner of the state, and some of that creeping back into the I-25 corridor. Something we'll be watching for the next weeks and months to come. Bill Linfield capturing this shot for us. The sunset earlier this evening out there in Larkspur. It was a beautiful day, a dry day here in Colorado. Unfortunately, with the dry conditions, we have wildfires going across the west and a lot of that smoke making its way in and around our neighbors to the north. Some of this smoke, courtesy of a cold front that dips in overnight, will kind of push back into the front range. Some of that smoke seeping in early tomorrow morning, 8:30, 9 a.m. You wake up, those smoky skies are here. You're thinking, how long is this going to last? Luckily, not long. In fact, by the afternoon, a lot of that smoke clears out and pushes off to the east. Air quality tomorrow will be moderate, so kind of keep that in mind. Still is going to be a hot one. Today, day 46 in the 90s. 92 out of DIA, some 90s, triple digits across the eastern side of the state. 70s and 80s primarily up into the high country, and the heat is on as we look ahead toward next week. We're at 74 right now with mostly clear skies out at DIA. As we look at the satellite and radar composite, not a ton going on here in our state. Severe storms still going in and around the Dakotas through Nebraska tonight. And of course, we have been watching that tropical storm still pushing in with the heavy rain showers across New England, especially into New York. Tonight, mostly clear skies. We're down to 59 here in Denver, some 60s out to the east, 40s, 50s way up high. The overall pattern as we dive into this work week to come, high pressure shifting slowly off to the east, the jet stream staying well to our north, so all these storms continue to stay north of Colorado. That means the heat is on. Tomorrow morning, we wake up to some of that smoke, couple of isolated showers firing up in the mountains, maybe one or two quick gusty thunderstorms that pop up in the metro area tomorrow afternoon, but they shouldn't last long. 90 degrees, it's back. Triple digit heat coming your way in Lamar at 101. We stay in the 70s in Winter Park, 76 in Vail, and the 90s return along the western slope. About 92 here in Denver. Again, we'll kick off the day probably with that reddish orange glow with the sunrise coming in with all of that smoke. By the afternoon, it looks to clear. It gets even warmer for us on Tuesday at 95. We stay in the 90s through early next week, but we will be tracking a better chance for thunderstorms arriving Thursday through at least next Sunday.